Hey, so as promised in the last video, I want to talk about something different today. Another passion of mine, aside from beer, is obviously retro video games. Collecting, playing, cleaning, wiring, the whole shebang. I wanted to make this video because I actually just found quite a few new games this week. I was super excited to add to my collection. We'll go over those in a bit. And I wanted to talk about a little bit like maybe how you want to get into retro game collecting, playing, what a setup, maybe some of the do's and don'ts, the expensive routes, the cheap routes. There's so many different ways you can go about everything. Firstly, and mostly, I want to explain to you how wonderful these Cubby shelves are. I could not express this to you enough. Not only are they just about as large to have a system and their respective controllers to fit into them, and one right next to it, you can have all the games displayed, showcased for the world to see, for your own viewing amazement. Can't get better. And you can take it a step further and you can put lights behind these bad boys, make them even look cooler. And on top of that, it hides the wiring. So the second thing I want to talk about, which we'll get into the wiring, is you need to buy one of these splitters that I'm having up on the video right now. This thing is metal encased. It was like 20 bucks on Amazon. It splits 8 ways for everything, okay? So when you have everything plugged into these Cubby shelves, you just drop the wires behind them, all to one common point, obviously in front of an outlet, send them through the splitter on whatever type of television you're using, and you're good to go. You don't have a wiry mess. You never have to plug and unplug anything, no moving anything around. You're just good to go, always. You just go in, hit the splitter on which input device you want to use, and go. It was probably the best $20 I have ever spent on my retro gaming hobby, is that splitter. Holy moly, it makes life so much easier. And not only that, with these specific shelves we got, there's no wiring issues to boot. It always looks good all the time. Hassle-free, tangle-free mess. And then you're wondering, obviously retro games look like garbage on a modern HDMI flat screen. It just doesn't work. These systems are not meant to be played on them, and when they are adapted to play on them, they look like crap. And you have one of two options. You either have your very expensive upscalers that to get one worth the money, you're talking like 200 bucks, and that could be per system. So obviously this is unaffordable for most, including myself. Secondly, I feel like the option no one ever wants to go or thinks about even is just use a stupid old CRT. Why wouldn't you? You can get these things for free. I got that one for free on Facebook Marketplace. It's in like perfect condition. It was in the sweet couple's like guest bedroom. It never got used, never got touched. It didn't have a scuff or scratch on it. And it works perfect. It's free. Yeah, they're heavy and they're cumbersome and kind of annoying, but they are the actual device that these machines were meant to run on in the first place. And so it's automatically going to look good. And not only that, you can get them free. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Let Go, all those stupid little sites. You can get them for free or up, maybe $10. At that point, I feel like you're getting scammed because most people just want them out of their homes, which is a great benefit for us that would like to have them. So if you really want to start playing retro games again, just go get yourself a free CRT on Facebook. Ask your friends. Someone has one in the attic, the garage, guest bedroom. They don't want it anymore, trust me. And it is a lifesaver. Everything already looks good. You can use that wonderful splitter I got, and I'm showing you. Problem solved, okay? Now, if you don't want to go as far as that, I have shown here, there are the new trend of the mini systems. You got the Super Nintendo Mini, the PlayStation Mini, the Sega Mini. I'm sure there's more. Those are the 3 major relevant ones. They are all wonderful. I have used all 3 of them. I own a Super Nintendo Mini. Love it to death. It really couldn't be better. You can get extension cords for the cables for the controllers. I think you can get wireless controllers if you really care. And they're moddable, which with just a little investment, you could have every retro game on one of these little machines. Now, it doesn't play identical to maybe having the original cartridge and the original machine, but if you're just looking for an extensive library of stuff to play and you're not so much into the collecting hobby, that is going to be your best option. And these little minis, the Super Nintendo one's like 80. The PlayStation one you can probably get for free at this point because it was such a bomb. The Sega Mini just came out, and they got sales on those all the time for $30 to $40. And I'm sure that one's going to be, if it isn't, it's probably moddable already by now as well. So that's also a very cheap, easy, quick option. They are pseudo upscaled to play on HD TVs. It's just using an HDMI, so you're not going to have to worry about the CRT. You're not going to have to worry about a splitter. You're not going to have to worry about, dirty cartridges, all that kind of stuff. Quick and easy retro gaming. Those are godsends. If you don't like collecting, just grab yourself one of those. I like collecting because I think it looks wonderful. And then when you get the shelving and everything in place where you can hide the wires, I think it's a very, very pretty front room showpiece. I actually just like to sit down, drink a beer, and enjoy my collection, maybe pop in a game or two, whatever. And it's occupying space we wouldn't really have occupied otherwise, just with DVDs, I suppose, which is what we have on the other side of the house. And then also, which is really cool, and this is thanks to my sister for getting it for me. I wanted to just talk about this because this is one of my newer recent acquisitions. They are making modded versions of old games, or just making new games and actually printing them onto physical cartridges. So this is a modded version of Mario Kart 64, but it's all Dragon Ball Z stuff. It's all reskinned, new audio, new graphics, everything to make it feel like you're playing a Dragon Ball Z racing game instead of Mario Kart, which is way too much fun. Way better than in regular Mario Kart, in my opinion, but I just, really like Dragon Ball Z. So there's that. I got, CIB Quackshot. We got CIB Street Fighter 2 just yesterday. I got, the Jungle Book, Echo, Lion King, Beyond Oasis. Super excited about that. That one's pretty rare and kind of expensive. Got a good deal on that one. I got ActRaiser for Super Nintendo yesterday. I got Double Dragon 2. I got Mega Man 3. Like, they're out there. And that also, I think, adds a little bit to the hobby and the fun of the whole retro gaming world, is trying to find where these cartridges are, whether you get a good deal or not. Sometimes it's going to be through friends and family. Sometimes it's going to be through social media or, sites like Craigslist and that sort of thing. Or sometimes you actually have the benefit of having either a used toy store or a flea market nearby where you can find these little hidden gems. Sometimes you're going to get a great deal. Sometimes you're going to be paying standard face value for them. Either way, you might actually find the copy you've been looking for and all the nostalgia that comes with it. So with that being said, I do want to start doing more retro gaming updates and talks and chats. And I wanted this just to be my entry video into that. It's very different than beer, I know, but it's also another passion of mine. I'd like to talk to someone about it. So here's for trying, and I'll see you guys next time.